Right, we're on a roll here. I got up, a bit bleary-eyed, was just about to do some exercise, so I decided to record something that was popping around in my head. And then, as with everything, and this is actually what I was talking about in the last video about motivation and build and not rely on rewards. When you actually start and do something, suddenly then the motivation comes and more. And suddenly, what I found is more stuff was like, this is popping in my head. This is popping in my head. So here we go. What we're going to talk about is ma managing your desires, your urges, because what happens a lot is, and I noticed this happening with me, I slipped back into it, was I've been relying a bit on willpower to do stuff rather than the methods that I actually teach, because willpower sometimes just feels easier to go, right, I'm just going to do that. And actually, what I found was, even though I was getting work done, I was finding it suddenly I wanted to eat all the crap again. And I was like, well, what's going on here? And what I realized was I was using willpower. And the thing is, willpower is a lot of people think it's really good, and I've often got a lot of it, but it can be what my experience of it is, it can be exhausting, as in like if you think it's finite, like you've got if this is imagine this isn't a candle, this is a glass, and that's your willpower, and you've got so much to use. So in the day, if you're going, I don't want to do this work, and you go, and you force yourself to do it, this willpower drops and drops and drops, and you'll get the work done. But then suddenly in the evening, you go, oh, I don't want that. Oh, God, there's some chocolate in the fridge, and your willpower is low. So you just want it. So I've got another way to do it. And this is then I suddenly realized I was using willpower. I was like, no, come on, switch back to this other way. And I want to explain that to you. Because what happens is we have these urges and desires. So what this is our brain basically, this is our wanting. And this could be anything. This could be anything. This could be your vapes. This could be the beer. This could be the chocolate. It it literally is anything where you just find that thing that you just can't stop having. And what happens is when we get this desire, this wanting, this, oh, I just want it, we've really got three options that we choose. Now, we can resist it, we can obey it, or we can allow it with awareness. Now, you won't probably know about this way because this is the way we're going to talk about. This is like the new way. So what we do is the first thing to understand is this urge and desire that you're getting for this thing doesn't, it may sound alien, it doesn't come from the actual thing. Like for me, I'm going to show you actually, 2 seconds, what mine is. I will step away and be back. Go to the fridge. There you go. I'll show you what mine is, what I was desiring over. Those little fuckers. Brownies. Oh, they are lovely. My wife brought them home. Oh, and I can feel that now. I can feel the desire. But what's creating that desire is the brain. Okay. The brain's anticipation, the brain's prediction of what that's going to be like. Because this brownie, not going to eat one now, definitely it's 6:30 in the morning. But this brownie, some people go, no, I don't like that. I haven't got a sweet tooth. No, thank you. So you think, well, if it's this brownie that was causing the desire, if this little thing was calling me to eat it, if I put it in front of anyone, it would do the same. But it doesn't. Some people want it, some people don't. But what it is, is we've had it before and it's gone in a reward pathway. And our brain goes, that was amazing. We need that for survival. So now it knows what it's like. And what it is that it's actually anticipating that huge dopamine release. And now it's predicting that. So we think it's this we want. But what it is in simple terms, is our brain is going, see this here. This is in short supply because it thinks it's like a little caveman that thinks sweet stuff is something that we have to sort of gather and harvest and just eat loads of because it's going to be it's going to be in short supply. It thinks that it's basically going, this is in short supply, eat all of it, eat all of it. And it's producing this. Then what it does, in anticipation of that, it produces this urge, desire, this wanting, all the same thing. But now what most people do is they resist it. But what happens when you resist it? It actually, the desire gets stronger. And you feel like a real, and it's like a fight. And this is like willpower. This is the willpower. Okay. And it's depleting. So it's like, it's actually depleting you. And then what this does is this will often we give in, but we can either give in and then eat it, but that's really going to this bit. But what often happens is it's depleting and it just exhausts us. And eventually it just makes us give in. And what happens is as we resist it, we're fighting against it. Think of it like a spring. So we're giving this urge more power. Or we can obey it, which is simply we go, oh, like my brain was going yesterday, I want that brownie. I want it. And then we just obey it. So we eat it and then we increase the desire. Simple as that. And then what we do is we want more of it. So now we're caught in this loop where we just want more. What I teach people is this one. So you don't, first of all, it's a bit of a longer process than we can explain here, but basically you first of all decide how you want to be with sugar, maybe some or whatever it is, alcohol, vaping, like whether you want to give it up altogether and all this, and what and the why you want to do that. That's really key. But then once we got to that stage, and then we're in this stage where we're having this urge, what we do is we create awareness of where it comes from. So before you wouldn't have known this, before you'd think cake is creating the desire, but we go, aha, no, it's not the cake, it's the brain. So we learn that we go, actually, it's my brain creating this desire. So we got that awareness, tick, and then we learn to allow this desire. And what this looks like is it's really it's simple, but when like my default is to resist, to use willpower. So it's about becoming aware of that and actually learning to allow it. And actually, what you do is you learn to observe it and watch it. And something amazing happens is it actually reduces. It actually, when you do this, the desire reduces because you're not rewarding it, and you get control. Here, these ones, this is where you feel out of control. Because if you ever do want this brownie, if you ever do want it, or the cake, or whatever it is, sorry, put it down a little bit there. If you ever do want that, you can have it because you plan it in. But you plan it in accepting all the consequences of it. Simple as that, accepting all the consequences. But when you're reducing that desire, what you're doing is you're learning to feel it. And so instead of pushing it down, you're actually going, oh, and how I treat it, I sort of go, oh, here I go again. Ah, look, my brain's thinking about those brownies. Like, it didn't even know they were there to start with. But as soon as my wife told me, now it's anticipating them. And it's going, oh, look. And I just allow it. And I realize what this is my brain moving me towards it. And what you do is you let this urge, this desire, the discomfort of it move around your body without any resistance. And what happens is then you're not rewarding it by eating it and you're not fighting it. So this urge passes and it literally it will last about 90 seconds when you don't resist it. It's there for a long time because you're resisting it or rewarding it. Also, you're obeying it. But when you just learn to allow it, what happens is it's like you can't, I get people to do this multiple times, and then this desire doesn't eliminate, but it reduces. So, like yesterday, this was like really strong. And I was caught myself fighting it. But then I'm like, oh, and I actually got it out of the fridge, held it, and was like looking at it. And I was noticing what was going on in my body. And now my mouth's watering a bit, but yesterday I could feel a tightness in my chest. It was like my hand wanted to move towards it, and I'd smell it and go, um, but it's actually amazing because it's less now. It's actually less. But when I would sniff it, I'd be like, oh, and I felt all my body tensing up, getting ready for it. And I would let that just happen, but not reward it. And it's no different than if you take a kid into the supermarket and it wants sweets. If you fight it, you end up in an argument with it and it's all really bad. If you obey it and you give in and you go, okay, and you reward it, then it just wants it more. But if you just go, oh, yeah, I understand why you're upset because you came in, you thought you were going to get these sweets, and your brain just really wants it. His little kid just wants those sweets, and you're not getting them. Of course, you're upset, but that's okay. And you just let this kid kick off. Then suddenly, what they do is they learn that their behavior doesn't get that reward, and that's what we need to do with ourselves. And this is how you get control. Vaping, over drinking. This is how I stopped drinking. And this is how I gave up sugar, refined sugar for a whole year. And then I actually introduced it back in a bit and I'm gonna cut it out again. But the beauty is I've planned this in for tonight because it's movie night tonight for us. This is like Friday by the time I'm recording this. But I've planned this in. So I'm gonna have five of those little ones, but that'd be guilt free. Because what a lot of us do is we resist and we give in, and then we judge ourselves, and then we beat ourselves up. But I'm having this, knowing I have that, those little bits aren't going to cause me much harm. But actually, I'm going to go, probably not going to have any for months after. And that's what gives you the control. You're not like some depraved animal that just wants to hoover it up, then feel shit about yourself, then hoover it up, and then feel shit about yourself. And as always, if you want to know more, I run programs on this. If you're struggling with something, it really is the easy fix. Let me know. Take it steady. Bye bye.